Hello and welcome to a video about the Chrome web browser. As you can see, I have the Chrome web browser open and it's asking me to sign into Chrome. So I'm going to go ahead and sign into Chrome using my Google account. And you might be saying, well, why would you sign into Chrome? The reason that you would sign into Chrome, that anything that you do within Chrome, such as add apps and extensions and bookmarks, if you sign into Chrome and save all those items, no matter which computer or device you get on, you can go ahead, well, I shouldn't say every device, but computers, Chromebooks, those types of devices, you can see what you've done within your Chrome browser. So you can start to see now that my bookmarks are coming in up here. Now my extensions are starting to come in up here. And we'll be talking about extensions a little bit later. Just understand for now that the extensions that are popping in up here, you can see them moving along, they add functioning within my Chrome browser. This right here, these are my bookmarks. Those are websites that I've saved. What you see opening up right now, it's just letting me know that certain extensions are coming in and different information about that. But again, hold your thought on extensions. We'll be coming back to that. So okay, so now I'm signed into my Chrome browser. So why would I do that? Well, let's take a look at something here that's a feature of the Chrome browser. If I go to a web page, I can actually save it as a PDF. So I'm just going to look up the word Apple in the Wikipedia website, and you'll notice, it's showing me Apple the fruit, not Apple the computer company. But I'm on my Mac, so I have to hit Command P, but if you're on any other device or computer such as a Chromebook or PC, you would do Control P. All right, which is the shortcut to get to the print dialog box. Now you will notice it says Save as a PDF for my destination. This is where, when I clicked on the change button, you could see I could pick different printers. Okay, so if I say Save as PDF and I hit Save, it actually prompts me to save this as a PDF. And where do I want to save it? I'll just throw it on my desktop. I'll hit Save. And notice if I kick that aside, right here is that web page, but now it is actually saved as a PDF. So if I open that up, it'll actually, open it up in Adobe, Acrobat. So again, I now have it as a PDF. And again, that's a feature if you're in your Chrome browser. Here's another feature. If you up here, these three little lines, or the hot dog, some people call that. So I click on that and I'm going to go down to Settings. Now, when you come into Settings, this is where, notice, you could disconnect your Google account. So if you ever logged into the Chrome browser on a device that wasn't yours, then of course you would come in here and disconnect it when you were done. And then you would go down here and you would click on this X, and that would actually take you out of the Chrome browser. I'm going to click on Show Advanced Settings. Scroll down a little bit, scroll down a little bit. Right here it says Passwords and Forms. I'm going to click on Manage Passwords. Now notice here in my passwords, these are saved passwords, which there's quite a few of those. And of course there's also quite a few that were never saved. But what's interesting is, for example, I had forgotten a password for my D2L for Canisius. So what's kind of neat is if I come over here and click on this, it gives me an option of clicking on Show, and I could literally see what that password is. I could see what my forgotten password is. Now if I do click on Show, notice it does prompt me to sign back in again. So I'm not going to do that now because obviously you're supposed to keep your passwords hidden. But for my own eyes, I would sign in and then I would hit Show, and I could see what the password was. And if I wanted to remove it from the saved password list, I could just X out of there. I'm going to get out of there for now. But again, that's how you can look up a forgotten password. All right, let me close that Settings tab. Now, let me just get a blank tab, close that. All right, so I'm on a new tab. Now, when I'm on this, notice up here at the top, this is my bookmark bar. These are all websites that I saved. Now notice some of these are just simply an icon, such as, and also notice when I hover, it will actually tell me what it is. So what you can do so that you can see more bookmarks in there, you can literally save them without naming them. You can just save the icon. And what does that look like? You need to do a right click. Do a right click or a control click on your Mac. All right, so notice when I did that right click or control click, it now says edit. If I choose edit, notice I could actually take those words right out of there. I would just delete them out and say save. So that's how you can shorten up your bookmarks. Now, how do you get them there in the first place? That might be something nice to show you. Let me go back to Wikipedia there, and I'm going to bring back up the Apple page. This time let's put a capital on it, and it should give me, no, I did not. Maybe if I say Apple, there's Apple Incorporated. So now it's actually giving me Apple Incorporated. So what I can do over here, and you'll see different things here. This one actually has a little padlock on it. What I could actually do is drag this right down here, wherever I would like, into my bookmark bar. Now notice it has a longer title. So again, if I do a right click or the command click on that, it should let me control click. I don't know what I was thinking. Let me get rid of these. I don't need all those. Goodness. It's doing the wrong thing. You got to do the right click. I'm on the Mac, so I do a control click. Sorry. But if I do edit, again, you'll see I can actually just, take that right down to whatever I'd like. I'll just leave it as a capital A. And I forgot to hit save. Got it. You have to hit save. So again, I'll take that down. I'll just make it so that we just have the capital A. Delete that. Say save. Now you'll see I just have a little A there. So again, I can shorten up a bookmark. Another thing that you can do when I'm on a website, so let me just go to, let's say I want to do CNN. I want to save that. So what I can actually do, I'm going to open up CNN, and see, you'll notice here that now it's a piece of paper instead of a padlock. So again, you'll see different little symbols there. But if you see this little star over here, if I click on that little star, it'll actually let me add that right to my bookmarks bar. So I can just go ahead and say CNN, delete that, say done. And now that's in my bookmarks bar, but the thing is, I got to click on these little arrows here, is it's at the end. Now if I want to, I can put that wherever I'd like in my bookmarks bar. Okay? So again, you can organize that and change that any way that you would like. Now let's say I close this tab, this CNN tab, and I'm like, oh man, or even I'll close this Wikipedia, I'm like, oh, what tabs did I have open? I didn't mean to close all those. Now, if you're on a Mac, you do Command-Shift-T. If you're on a PC, you do Control-Shift-T. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And notice when I did that, it actually brought back up the tab for me. And notice I actually had to do that twice, and so first it brought up the Apple one, then it's bringing up the CNN. So if you accidentally close a tab, if you're on the PC or your Chromebook, do a Control-Shift-T. T is in Tom, but if you're on a Mac, then you do the Command-Shift+T. Now you'll notice on this new tab, I do have different pages and things on here. These are the pages that I go to the most. I could X those out. I could also go back to that little hot dog, the settings. And what I can actually do is, notice it says on startup up here, I can actually make it a specific page, and I can set those pages. I can go ahead and add new pages so I can have things that show up there. So you can set that, okay, by going into settings. Another thing, as long as we are in the settings, if you go to settings and go down to those advanced settings again, because remember we went there to see the passwords earlier, the passwords and form. What you can actually do, if you go down to downloads, you can actually decide where you want that to go. So you could change that, and I can say instead of going to downloads, I can make them all go to the desktop, or I can say ask where to save each file, so I can make a decision whenever I decide to download something. Okay, so again, I can change that, and then if I go to download something, it'll now ask me where I'd like to save it. So here's the thing. Let's say that you're searching through your computer and you come across some type of multimedia, I don't know, video, song, whatever, and you're not quite sure what it is or what you would play it in. What you can literally do is drag it over here into the browser, drop it.
This demonstration will show the procedures and techniques used by the operator.
So notice, even though it said, it says it's a .mp3, I'm not sure if I had anything on my computer that could play it. I could literally just throw it right into my browser, and that will go ahead and play it for me. Okay, so those were some different tips and tricks for your Chrome web browser. And again, we went over the bookmarks. The extensions up here, we're going to come back to those in another module and look at those. And also over here you have your apps. We'll come back and look at those in another module also. So again, this video helped you discover some tips and tricks for your Google Chrome browser.